So we had some wind damage, and it kind of ripped our screens up here, as you can see. So the original way this was done is the screen was just stapled behind these trim pieces, and then the wind damage came and kind of ripped it out all the way around all these windows. And short-term fix, we just stapled it down. So we're here to do it right, and we're using the Screen Tight system. So I'm gonna tell you how it's going and what it looks like in the process, kind of thing. So first thing we did is we pulled off all this trim and removed the existing screen that's there. So then once you can see, I've removed the trim, pulled it in nails, either pulled out staples or hammered them flush. So then you take the Screen Tight track, that's this piece, the base track, and you measure it, and then you cut this track to kind of frame the opening. So let me step back and I'll show you what I mean. So you can see this window has the frame. So we've got a big one long piece going across the bottom. I guess it's 1.5 inch piece. We were using that across the bottom and across the top. And then in the middle, we have a wider piece that they offer. That's about 3.5 inches, I guess. It goes probably the span of a 2x4. So we're using this, and it's got a track on each side that you're gonna put the spline down in for the screen. So it's a closer picture or a closer video. There's the screws that we use to hold this in. They're treated so they won't rust or anything like that. So we had to do a little framing here just to give the track something to sit on. So we framed this in because the screen was originally pulled down underneath this bottom piece of board. So we have, you can see, we got another 1.5 inch piece going all the way up. This is on a rental house that we do Airbnb and VRBO. So there it is, it's framed in. So once you get the frame up, then you're going to stretch the screen. And the way we kind of do it is we start at kind of the top and kind of work it in this groove here. So the screen will go in this groove, and you use a little tool, a little screen spline tool that you'll use to push the spline down into the screen, hold the screen on, and then you just pull it tight and work your way around the window. And once you're done with that, you've got your screen in and it's being held tight. And then you're going to apply these come in 8-foot pieces. This is kind of the cover piece that it snaps on, kind of like that. So that's going to cover everything up and make everything beautiful. So this side, you can see we are done with this front side here, and it looks great. And we've had some strong winds since we've done this front, and it's held up wonderfully. As you can see, it looks nice. So looks really good. They make this in a white trim and then like a brown trim, I think, are your only two options. But maybe a cream. My wife says there's a cream, but you can paint it. It's paintable if you want to do that. So that is the finished product of the Screen Tight system. All right, a few tools I recommend. You need 2 drills, one for a drill bit because you'll want to pre-drill the holes for your base pieces, and then another one for the screwdriver bit, so you don't have to keep swapping your bits during installation. Just makes things a lot quicker. So these are pre-drilled, or you have the holes already here to drill and attach that to your frame. And then this tool here is what I recommend to cutting this trim. I got this on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description below, but it makes a really nice clean cut. So you'll want to put it in there with the flat side down, and then you can cut it, and it makes a really nice clean cut. So you don't want to damage where the track where the spline goes, because then it just makes it difficult to use, or it won't hold the screen in very well. So we're gonna show you something real quick. We'll set this down. So you'll get a box of spline. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever. And this is the little tool that you can get to put the spline in the track. So I got this off Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description below. You can get all this stuff at your local hardware store too, but it's just a lot cheaper for these tools at your local, or at Amazon. So yeah, so once you get the screen stretched, you'll use this side with the little groove in it, and then you'll run that along the spline, and it'll push it down in the hole. So you see how it pushed it down into the hole? So now it's down in there. So that's what holds the screen and attaches the screen to this frame. So that is what you'll need. And then that's the cover piece that goes on top, makes everything look nice. And so yeah, so you'll need just the base piece. I don't know what these are called, base pieces, or I don't know.
Yeah, base piece.
So you make a base piece and then the cover piece, and then I recommend the 2 drills, spline, screen, the screen cutting thing, and then or the frame base cutting piece, and then your spline tool to attach the spline. You'll need like a razor knife or something to also cut the screen once you get it stretched and in place. Let's see. Oh,
Kind of marking tool to mark the pieces when you cut.
yeah, you'll want to mark, so like a Sharpie or something. But one thing I wanted to say, so like sometimes you'll run into a situation where we have a hole already in the frame piece for where they recommend you attach it, another one here, but then this one down here where I cut it, there was not one. So you don't want this piece flopping around, so just pre-drill a hole and attach another screw, because you want it to, like I said, you don't want it to flop around. Like I might drill a hole here so that's not loose and floppy like that. So I'll do that. But yeah, so this stuff's really easy to work with, and I recommend it. Thanks. See ya. All right, so there it is. This half over here is done. That was the one I showed you earlier, that we just had the frame. So we stretched the screen and then put the cover pieces over. They just snap in. So these right here, they just snap in. So there we go. So looks good. You can see the difference between the one we just did and then the older one here. We're gonna do that one tomorrow, but you can see it's been stapled down and coming out. So we're gonna do it right with the screen tight system. We'll do that one in the morning. We're gonna do the whole back as well. So we'll have a new screened in porch, and hopefully it'll last for many years.